Who's saying what? I'm just gonna.
Good evening and welcome to Tales of Myth and Mayhem. I am Marc, the Cthulhu Kid. I'll be your Games Master this evening. We are playing Die. We are on episode 11 of our campaign, Shattered Footsteps. Yeah, that's what it is. So we'll just say hello to everyone and then get started. So we'll start with Ashleigh. How you doing?
Hi, yes, I'm good. Had a good couple of weeks. Fun has been had. So yes, hello, I am Ashleigh. I use she/her pronouns, and my character is Selena, the God Binder, who doesn't trust. She believes in the gods because they exist. As far as Selena is concerned, gods are a fact of her existence at this point. And her whole thing is making deals with the gods and saying, hey, if you do this for me, I'll do this for you. And so, yes, she has adapted to her new reality surprisingly quickly, but Lord knows what's going on inside. And I shall pass us on to Patrick.
Hi everyone, I'm Pat, playing Paul, and he's just having a whale of a time. Things are really going well for Paul. Nothing wrong with Paul. Paul's having fun. Look at all the fun Paul's been having. This is great. Paul's having a great time. And every time I fall asleep, I just hear the sound of crying children, and I know it's a memory, but I don't know how it's a memory. It's just there. And I'm going to pass over to Thea.
Charming. Yes, hello, I'm Thea. I'm playing Emma, the Loathing Knight. Doesn't do deals with gods, but she does do a great deal with a weapon called Tyrant, who seems to want her to do a lot of awful stuff and kind of makes her feel bad, but which helps in a weird way. Don't ask me how it works. It just does, and it's wonderfully creepy, to be honest. Over to Michelle.
Hello. Oh. Hello, I'm Michelle. I'm playing Frida the Fool. And she is foolish. She was kind of living her best life, being part of a revolution, which is something she has wanted to be a part of since forever. But it didn't go the way she thought it would. And, the reality of it has been a bit shocking for her. And also, her friend Paul is feeling a bit down, and she doesn't know exactly how to deal with that. So there we are.
Sounds good. We have no Chris tonight because he's not feeling all that great, so hope you feel better, Chris, otherwise I will kill your character. But yeah. Anyway, so everyone ready?
I was born
Yes. I'd enunciate because there's no camera on me.
Well, no, please do.
Yes.
Please do. I even checked to make sure that the sound was coming through on you. Your levels are showing. Because unlike a couple of episodes ago, we really don't want to have it. You are unable to be heard at all. Frida, you are dreaming, and in this dream, you are high above this mass of people, the former residents of Necrorbus, a city that no longer exists. You see tents, makeshift buildings, a whole kind of society just starting to bubble up. It's only been a couple of days. It feels very real. This is stuff you see when you're walking about, helping people, talking to people. And in the dream, you fly up, getting a better view, until you see two figures sitting in a tree, both of whom you recognise. One is the woman who helped you before, Leanne. It's a black woman with the big afro-style hair, wearing jeans and a ripped t-shirt now, rather than the white dress she was before. sitting on a tree branch, her leg swinging back and forth.
Ah, shit, Gandalf.
And beside her, you see, well, it looks like yourself, but older and scarred, wearing an eye patch over the left eye with a big pink love heart drawn on it. The big boots, so ripped jeans, t-shirt with some band you've never heard of. In fact, yeah, it's weird the t-shirt being here like that. It looks so modern, but it's not. You see several pins all over her jacket and top, including the progress flag, which was made a lot after she disappeared. Not a lot after, but a while after. You float down closer to them and you hear them talk. Leanne looks out over. Well, they did it. And Chloe, the other Frida, Chloe, your original friend. Yes, it is a St. Lucifer t-shirt. Chloe, who you've not seen in 20 years, and now is wearing your face.
So do I know it's Chloe, or do I?
You
am I
know,
very
you know it's
confused?
Chloe. You know that's here. You know that this isn't a dream. This is, well, it's a dream, but it feels kind of real. And you know that Chloe took your face when she came here. When she speaks, the voice is kind of raspy, as if it's been had some damage done to her throat or something at some point. And she laughs. But I knew they would do it. Take it the thing got away then. Leanne looks at her and shakes her head. Yep. It got out. And Chloe. And he's dead then? Yep. Not even what do you call it? Oh my god. What do you call it? When a character comes back. It's
Resurrection?
no, what's the fucking name yet?
Retcon?
No, give a second. I can't believe I've forgotten this very important part of the bloody things. Bum, bum, bum. It is Fallen. Sorry. Not even one of the Fallen. Chloe whistles. And what about the boys? Are they done yet? Leanne laughs. Callum and Craig have. Well, they've stopped hitting each other. Last I heard, they were going towards 20. But, yeah.
I would like to interject, if that's possible, and announce my presence.
You try, and there's no response.
I would like to flick Leanne's nose.
You see her face twitch. Just does it, and the hand then comes out and goes through your hand.
I would like to keep flicking her nose.
You keep flicking her nose, and she's getting kind of agitated. And she says to Chloe, "Are you going to help him?" Chloe says, "Not yet. We've still got a way to go." Are you going to speak to her? Not yet. I don't think she's ready. And then she looks right at you and winks and clicks her finger, and you wake up in bed.
At this point, Frida wakes up and she is floating 3 feet above where she was sleeping and is just like, Jesus Christ, and then falls to the ground. It's just like, wait a minute. She closes her eyes and tries again, and flies up again. Then she just laughs for a bit, just like, aha! I could fly, motherfuckers! But then realizes what she just saw, and slowly floats back to the ground and sits down, and is just like, what the fuck?
Is anyone sharing a tent with Frida? Or are you all in your own tents?
You're muted, Ashleigh.
Apologies, everybody. I kind of assumed, rather than taking tents away from people that lived in the city that we just destroyed, we'd probably all be in a tent together. Was my assumption, but happy to be.
Yep, no,
Talk.
I agree. I think that, I mean, I think at least Emma would insist on, having Paul close to all of them. So
Definitely.
Frida would not have fallen asleep in the tent. She would have intended to at some point, but she just stayed up late, doing her thing, and then just basically passed out under a tree somewhere.
Yeah, that tracks.
it does
Paul is probably actually not in the tent, but sitting outside, drawn into him, like hunkered down, drawn into himself, almost perched by a fire.
Okay, so I guess Frida has a little bit of a cry, but then snaps herself out of it, does a little bump, and then flies over to Paul and says, "Hey, motherfucker, guess you can fly now? I'm magic now!"
You always learn magic.
Well, now I'm more magic! Look! And she does a loop.
Oh yeah.
You okay there, friend?
Frida, after the last couple of days, I am pretty far from fucking okay. And right now, and he just stops talking and starts looking back at the remnants of the campfire.
Frida, you see a glint behind Paul's ear. Something shiny.
I immediately grab it.
And it's some of the fair gold that he uses to power his. Just stuck there like, the kid pulling a coin out from behind their ear. You're even more magic, it seems.
Check it out! I just found the coin you can put in your slot to do the robot thing.
What? Where did you find that?
Distorted Echo, your friend seems to have found fair gold.
Huh.
It was just behind your ear.
Are you gonna do the? You gonna do the weird? You gonna do that one as well? He tries to do the.
Like I know I can fly and I'm all magic and shit, but I'm not magic enough to conjure up whatever this weird coinage or coin operated thing you've got going on. I don't really believe in money. I know this isn't really money, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. Pass it here.
Yeah, take it. Maybe you could get Johnny Five to, give you a cake or something to cheer you up.
And Paul just starts Two-Face flicking the coin just before he puts it away. Thank you. No, sorry, just looks afraid and just go, thank you.
It's been a few days since the city was destroyed. The people don't seem to remember there ever was a city. At first it was a void that was there, now it's been filled with a forest. It seems to have grown extremely quickly. There's hundreds of thousands of people here. None of them none of them are confused as to why they're there, or none of them find it strange. But they're starting to build. They are talking about loved ones that are missing, people that they know. There's thoughts about going out into this forest to find them. No one seems to remember the perfect echo either.
Hmm.
So
Do
what
they
have we all
remember
been
any?
doing?
Sorry, do they remember any of the other echoes?
Nope.
Hmm.
Well, I think Selena's probably tried to befriend those people that we were chatting to right at the end, where they helped us evacuate the city. The people that I imagine belong to Juno One's little association of humans. So she's probably spent some time with them and tried to get a bit of information out of them about, and also maybe a few rashers of bacon and some bread for her and the party to eat, kind of thing.
Do you try and convince them that you are not Juno, or do you take advantage of the fact that they think you're there?
I know. I think she probably made an attempt to say, "Look, I'm pretty sure I know who you think I am, but I'm also certain that that is not who I am. And I know that must sound terribly confusing for you, but I'm not the person you are mistaking me for. I would, however, love to meet that person, and I promise I will make it out your way. But right now, can you help us? Can you help me and my friends? My friends just suffered a terrible loss. And before we decide what we need to do next, I need to make sure he gets, and we all get some food into us and stay reasonably clean and all that stuff. So
They quickly agree to help you, but you hear some of them talking about how wise Juno is, and that someone can't really know themselves until they've met themselves, and no one can know them, and is this a test
right.
for them, and they need to they're very deferential to you.
Okay.
How do these people worship Juno? Do they see her as a goddess, or as a priestess, or
I think they see her as a priestess rather than a goddess. And I think chances are the original Juno, um, Selena's younger sibling, um, will probably have tried to disabuse them of the notion that she's a goddess, even though she knows that goddesses exist in this world and that she can talk to them. So I think it's probably been quite difficult for her to say, no, look, I'm not a goddess, but I do talk to them. And so she's kind of viewed as a priestess, as a conduit for the gods, um, that do exist here. And so eventually, Jules has essentially said, okay, look, I'll just roll with this for now and try and encourage these people to be better people, be kind to each other, help other communities raise themselves up, and achieve self-sufficiency without having to rely on this, that, and the other.
and that's exactly why they came to Necrorbis. They were coming to try and help the people, bring their mission there. There've been other missions already sent. They are Some of the missions never made it back, but still the people would go and try. And it's not they weren't not evangelical, not like Christians. They really were just going to help. They weren't trying to get anyone else to believe in Juno. They were just because that's not what she would want. Some of them might have tried, some of the more zealous ones, but it was never her sort of things. But when you ask certain questions, they look at you as if, but you know these things. Why are you asking us? Why are you testing us?
Mm.
There's not
I
that
see.
many of them there. There's maybe 10. They think that there's more going to be coming, but they're not sure.
Okay.
We'll come right back to that. Emma, what have you been doing the last couple of days?
I think Emma has done what she can to actually help out other people around. Especially, she's probably tried to talk with Paul a couple of times, not being quite able to, say the right words possibly, but trying. And I think she's done her utmost to avoid any sort of, people that feel sort of bad, loathing feelings, boredom. She'll try to avoid that as much as possible because she's still afraid that she's gonna become this sort of murderous person that she really doesn't want to be. So anytime somebody around her shows some kind of feelings she thinks can trigger her, she tries to avoid them, or she's tried in this case at least.
So what was the last thing you were doing to help? Who were you helping?
Probably, she's pretty strong. She realizes that now. She's probably done some, wood cutting stuff, trying to help with the fires, getting simple stuff like that, really, but just trying to do something constantly so that she herself doesn't get bored. And, tries to stave off that emotion, doing her best to really run from it right now because she doesn't want it to complicate things. It's already complicated. And at night, she's probably been clutching, the plaque or the poster that she found like for Orbis, and trying to cling to that hope that Willow might still be out there, and that he should probably get a move on, but she also doesn't want to, rush the rest of them.
Paul, what about you? Other than looking into the fire and being all emo?
Paul probably at the start was helping people get out of the city, get everything, get stuff sorted, and after that, and when it became, he was able to sort of get just to keep himself not just busy, but it's the right thing to do, get people out, and then afterwards he just went, "What the hell?" And he's just sort of crumpled, and almost like a distracted parent. Kids run up. It's like, whenever, parents have got a lot busy, but they're not it's not like, oh, I'm so busy, but they're distracted about something. It's like that level of, oh yeah, that does look very nice.
Who's come to talk to you?
What, from the gang? I'd imagine all of them.
Not of the gang, from the people around about, the people that would be drawn to, seeing you sitting there every day.
Maybe one or two people might have came up and spoken to me, random ones. I am, I've got 2 guns strapped to me, so they might be given a slight wide berth because of that. And also the fact that I look like, just cyberpunk, 90s cyberpunk, Maybe the guy, the father and the son who were helping, even though they don't remember, I've got an idea that part of them might go, oh, maybe we should talk to him.
Yeah.
They might not remember why, but there might be something. Or one of the members of the revolution, not dawning on, kind of like, not even sort of recognizing, but just sort of, maybe we should chat to him. Might come up to me.
The man, the boy, the man, fighting you, and they bring you some bread and cheese. And do we know you?
He looks at them, smiles. I think we met once before.
I thought you were familiar. Why do you look so down?
I've just lost somebody.
I'm terribly sorry.
It wasn't the same person, you know. They got involved with stuff, messed them up. Don't even know if I knew them anymore, but suppose in many ways I'm just mourning the person I thought I used to know. Ignore me. What are you fine folks doing now?
Oh, well, some have started to head off. We've decided to make use of the wood over there. My son and I, we were long ago carpenters, I believe. It's been a while. But my son's of age. It's about time we get started. We're actually going around trying to get some jobs started up, trying to find out who's going to what, maybe find some help for getting the wood. I think the little community here is starting to grow. We want to make our place in it.
That's good. It's always good to have a community. It's always good when people help one another.
It's just strange. There's so many people here, so many new faces, and so many old faces. It's quite amazing.
Mm.
The boy kind of looks bored, thinking about kicking his feet.
No. Excuse me. Yeah. Well, I wish you the best.
I'm afraid. What's your name?
Echo. My name's Echo.
Nice to meet you, Echo.
Pleasure to meet you too.
This is Tom, and points at his son. And I'm Keen.
Good to meet you too.
So if you ever need anything, any woodwork done, or if you feel like giving us a hand, just give us a shout. You'll be able to find us.
Do you need a hand now? I'm not good with a hammer or chisel, but I can lift.
Well, we're going into the wood, find some dead wood maybe. We'd appreciate the help.
Okay. And he sort of slowly gets up and starts to follow.
The boy smiles and walks along. He says, "I like your guns."
Thanks, but remember, you have to be grown up before you can even use them, and hopefully you never will.
And his fingers out, going pew 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 pew. Frida, what have you been doing the last couple of days other than getting high off your tits?
Well, that's involved. Frida decided that she would become the welfare lead of this little project, and in charge of morale boosting. So that started off by brewing some booze out of some fruits she found, and then starting up what is essentially a very, very lo-fi brewery / bar area, and hosting parties. And she hasn't noticed that the people have forgotten that Necroherbus exists or anything, because she's been too busy hosting various intoxication events. Keggers, yes, kind of keggers, exactly, which she regularly makes a point of inviting Paul to, but I'm guessing Paul turns her down almost every time. And that was the first couple of days, but then suddenly this evolved into a Fight Club situation. So she is now basically proper Tyler Durdening this situation and hosting pissed up bar fights on the regular, to the dismay of some, I'm sure. But
just imagine Emma just wanting to go and thinking, "No, I'm not going to. No, come on. No, I'd hate myself for it. Oh, wait a minute."
Possibly, yes, but there's been a lot of joy being had in this, even though because she assumes that everyone's kind of traumatized, but they've forgotten. But she just doesn't know that they've forgotten. Like that hasn't come up.
She is right. There is a lot of kind of trauma there, and there's a lot of celebrations going on. There is a lot of kind of pent up anger being released in various ways. Sometimes it's not so pleasant, and this seems to be a rather, um, at least for this. So like you see in fantasy, you're playing The Witcher or something. You get those fights where things are set up and people can see. So it's not like a fight club. It's not this kind of hyper masculine sort of thing. It's more people really are going, and it's people who bet on the fights or whatever, and people are getting drunk nearby, and it's more of a celebratory thing.
Yeah, that's kind of the vibe she's going for, and she is, of course, getting incredibly fucked up herself a lot of the time. But she is finding herself, like, her skills as a stand-up comedian coming into play. She is very much a master of ceremonies / barkeep / brewer / Frida. Basically, that's kind of the role she's trying to fulfill at this point.
And Keen and Tom had spoken to you yesterday, and they've agreed to make a bar for you as well. That's one of the things that's been planned out. The weather's so lovely, none of you are really bothered about not having a roof over your head. You're all still exhausted. Quinn has been going off into into the mass of people every day. It seems to be looking for something, but always comes back at night. Is not incredibly talkative at the moment either. So what is the name? Oh no, I've got a name. Sorry. The main person you talk to from this group is called Soraya. That's what I was going to ask you.
No worries. Sorry, what was the name again?
Soraya.
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 Cool. Okay, so and who is Soraya? What's their MO?
Soraya is a woman about 50 years old. She's not she's very devout, but very open. Yeah, she's when she speaks to you, she is very deferent, but tries to go along with what she thinks is you pretending not to be Juno.
I see.
No, every so often there's like a wink or a nudge there. She manages all the rest of them and sends them out on their errands, sends them away.
You guys go hunting to bring food for.
Yes.
And we'll sort of you go and help Frida at the bar. She needs assistance with brewing or whatever. Yeah. Just trying to do what they can for this mass of people.
Yeah, the mass of people is fairly has been fairly self-regulating. I mean, it's early days, but it's as if the people have been there for a long time.
Almost as if the city is the people.
Yeah, almost. You get the idea though that she is anxious about something. When she talks to you, she doesn't seem to want to bring it up, but there's always something kind of hanging there.
Well, I think so. Selena's going to have clocked this a few times where Soraya has just kind of, looked like she's been about to say something and then has thought better of it, or it looks like she's on the verge of bringing something up and then doesn't. And I think Selena has noticed this at various points. And so a few days in, the morning that we're talking about, 3 or 4 days after the destruction of the city, she says, Serena, would you care to join me for some of this delicious mead, which I'm told is from Frida's brewery? It's very good.
It's magic.
That's the only way.
Why not?
It has to be magic. You can't make mead in 3 days.
Unless you steal it, which I would
Or
put it past them.
use antifreeze.
I feel I should point out everything that is made at my bar was made entirely with fruit we found on the floor.
Yeah.
Fruit.
Found at the bar
It
on the
gets you
floor.
fucked up, all right. That's all, and it doesn't. And when you drink it, it doesn't make you want to vomit. Okay, that's a win. All right, sorry, I'll back out now. I just felt some professional pride there for a second. I'm sorry.
So, Soraya, how do you think our relief efforts going?
Well, we are too few, to be certain, but I'm still not sure why we came here. This is not our usual sort of mission.
Well, I could tell you about it, but I'm not sure you'd believe me.
Milady, I would believe anything you told me. Well, almost anything.
There was a city just right near here where that forest has suddenly grown 3 or 4 days ago. I forget how many. There was a city. The city was destroyed and no one remembers it was even there at all. And now where all the buildings stood, it's a forest, which I would argue is something of an improvement given how the place was before. But
City? That is difficult to believe.
I know, I told you, I did say. Anyway, so if I may,
Please?
I think there's something that you've been on the verge of talking to me about several times. Let's talk about it. I'm an open book. I'm not here to have secrets from anybody. I'm here to find somebody, and well, you know where they are, and I don't wish to trouble you or put you to any difficulty, but
No difficulty.
still, I feel there is something you want to talk about with me, and I would encourage you to do that, honestly.
Here's the thing. We've been here for a few days. You've been with us and it's been wonderful. But a couple of the younger members of our mission are questioning. And not in the most subtle of ways. I wanted to know what you wish us to do with them.
Well, first of all, I don't see. There's no implicit harm in asking questions.
Of course not. No.
I would encourage, if people are in a situation that doesn't feel right to them, then absolutely they should ask the question. I suppose, what are they questioning, and how are they going about it? I suppose.
They're questioning you. They're questioning how we should serve you. I mean, how we should serve Juno, and what your place in it should be. They believe you that you're not the lady herself, and I'm afraid they might want to take that in some strange way. I don't want to say too much. Maybe I'm wrong. They are young. They were brought up fine. They have been listening to you since they were babies. I'm just worried.
I understand. But I think youthful exuberance is playing its part, I think. But also, if you've been raised in one position your whole life and suddenly you're on the verge of adulthood and you start asking questions, and sometimes you're told you shouldn't even do that. That's certainly how I was raised with my parents, but that's a whole other story, one which I'm not quite ready to tell. But I would be happy to speak to sisters, and I would be happy to show them how I fit into this world, and I believe that at some point I should accompany you back to your settlement, back to where these children were raised, back to,
Across the sea.
if that's what it takes.
We would be honoured to escort you home. Although, why? No, never mind.
No, go
I will
ahead.
speak to the children. Maybe we can eat together tonight or tomorrow night.
That would be wonderful. I'll see if I can scrounge something together and cook a lovely pot for us all.
Thank you, my lady.
My pleasure. I haven't done some proper cooking since I got here. I suppose the tricky thing is where to find the spices.
I heard your friend Frida has access to spices.
They might not be the same kind of spices. There might be more of a dune vibe, although, sorry, apologies, that's not a reference you'll get. I will speak to Frida, and I also would like to invite my friend Paul. He may not.
The dark one, yes. He
Well,
has a sadness about him.
he does, and he may not accept the offer, but I feel like I should extend one, and he will sit there and hopefully we can buoy his spirits, but if not, the attempt should be made, at least.
Then I will speak to the young ones.
Wonderful. All right. Well, I'll see you later then. Thank you so much. Good talk.
Thank you, Selena. Emma, where are you just now?
Well, this is the morning, right?
Mhm.
I think she's already up and about. She's gotten into a pattern where she
See me?
rises pretty early and heads over to help whatever people she can find. Like, just hurriedly find something to help out and be like, "Hey, can I help?" And probably in this case, it's maybe she's helping, like building up some scaffolding or something.
Yeah, there's a couple of buildings being set up. And you come across a familiar face. Small looking man is directing people around about. The Loathing Night! Welcome, welcome.
Yeah, I'd prefer not, to use that moniker. Just Knight would be fine. But yeah, sure.
Of course.
Knight.
You remember your old friend Devenda? He claps his hands and no, you, we need that wood up there. We want the wall straight.
I think she's gonna be curious, head on a little bit further on towards him.
You brought me that patient in the city.
Oh,
Talk
right.
to my mistress.
Wow. You do remember.
Of course I remember. It was only a couple of days ago.
So you remembered the city, everything.
Of course. Do you not?
No.
Did I take your temperature? Are you okay?
Oh, no. I do. It's just most people here don't seem to remember.
Ah, no, for them, they don't need to remember. For them, it didn't exist.
Why is that?
The way my mistress explained it was your friend had something else with him. And that something else is, well, beyond this place. It's not something I want to think about it too deeply. I have people to help here. We're making it
Yeah.
a hospital, and you look like a big, strong woman. If you keep
I
your
guess I
weapon
am.
there, just everybody looks at it, and you feel tyrant twitch.
Yeah, I suppose I can help out. Yeah, I don't mind that. In fact, it helps me as well stay focused.
There, and he pats you. Well, he tries to pat your shoulder, but gets like the elbow. He's not tall enough. Well, they're raising the walls over there. If you can help them, it'd be wonderful. I will make you some delicious lunch
Sounds
for when
lovely.
you're done. No, you over there. No, put that down. No, you're 4. You don't get a hammer.
Do they even know what they're doing?
Oh, they must do. Nothing's fallen down yet. Well, maybe that.
I'll help. And she goes over to help clean up, and she's not done a lot of physical stuff, but she's starting to kind of enjoy it.
Yeah,
Gets her mind off other stuff.
yeah. Once you get into the rhythm of it, you're working with some of the people there. They're all kind of sweating. There's not much talking going on, but there's kind of communication. They're getting the walls up. Things go fairly quickly, and by lunchtime, you've already got. It's like when you see in films and stuff, like with the Amish doing their barn raising and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's kind of like that. The buildings are a little bit more complex. So they've already got like the floor up for the stairs going up to it. It's going extremely quick. There's a lot of people helping. Lunchtime comes along, and you are brought a sandwich, which is about that thick.
Nice.
Don't despise it. It is definitely delicious. I worked hard.
It looks nice. Thank you.
So, I hear your friend didn't become one of the fallen.
You did?
Yeah.
How did you can I ask you, how is it that you get to commune with a god?
Oh,
It's a
when you're
long
a kid,
story.
you're looking for work. No, you're a kid, you're looking for work. You got offered the job. Turns out that job's with a goddess. You've got healing hands. She takes a liking to me. It's this pretty face of mine that me laughs a bit. No, some people get a calling, and I always wanted to help life.
Yeah, I did too, and I got stuck with something entirely different. But
I don't think that's true. Some things should be hated. What the little echoes were doing in that city deserved your disgust.
that's fair.
It's not always. Very few things are simply binary.
And speaking of that, what can you tell me about Willow? Or I guess she's called Amani here.
Yes. From what I know, this is all of your old friends were great heroes throughout these worlds. It's been 20 years that they've been here. And from what I know of your kind, visitors from the other place, they don't generally stay too long. Whereas that group did. I know that Imani, when she came here, was a loathing night. The adventures she had are legendary. But she didn't remain a loathing knight. She was, for a short time, and I don't know why, a wrath knight. There are stories from out west where cities trembled before her. I don't know what happened the whole time she was out there. Now I know that she is a joy knight, which is not as Remember,
Well, that sounds pleasant. I mean,
nothing
sounds
is
like a
quite
good-
binary. Remember that.
Hmm.
As far as I know, she tries to help people.
Well, that's good. That's a noble cause. That sounds like Willow. So she's. I mean, she's just gonna show the poster. I think she carries it with her.
Joyland, I've never been myself, but I've heard some wonderful things.
So she would still be here then, in theory.
Perhaps. That poster itself has been years since anyone's put up one of those. I'm surprised you found one intact.
Luck, calling.
Oh, look. Very well could be. It's a good week's travel on horseback.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the rest of them yet. I could go alone, of course, but yeah, I don't know.
You could, but I think you're all here for a reason, are you not?
Yeah, seems that way.
And he waves at someone as they do something else. No, not like that. I think maybe sitting in your hands isn't really fulfilling, is there? We appreciate the help. There's my mistress appreciated the help. No matter how many perished in Nekaribus, many survived because of you all.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
has no gift to give at the moment. I give you some advice.
Well, good enough for me.
Idle minds make their own troubles.
Hmm.
I'm sure you could all head towards Joyland, maybe find your friend, maybe get more clarity about why you're here.
Yeah. I'll talk to the others. We shouldn't linger too long.
Could you do me a favor? I don't really want to go to your friend Frida's bar. No. Could you get me some of her mead? I've heard it's exquisite.
Yeah, sure. I'll ask Frida. I
And
haven't.
don't tell her it's for me.
Okay, I'll just
I don't
say it's for
think we
me.
get along. Yes. Very good. We can enjoy a drink together.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Frida. Well, okay, sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Now back to work. He jumps
Yes,
down,
sir.
jumps down, heads off. Frida, Paul, what are you both up to?
I'm currently talking to a guy called Charlie. I'm basically at the. After waking up from my dream and flying over to Paul, I've flown over to the bar and saw Charlie was there for the third night running. And as somebody approaches, Frida's basically saying, "Now look, Charlie, I can't have you fighting your father for the third night in a row. I think at this point, you need to talk to him." Like, first night, I thought it was quite cool, father and son getting a bit rough and tumble. Second night, I thought rematch. That makes sense. Third night, I think you've got some deep-rooted issues that you need to work out without fists, Charlie.
But he doesn't talk to me.
I get that. He seemed to be really into you beating him up, which I think is part of the problem. Like, whatever he did, he clearly feels bad, and I think you need to just be blunt.
Yeah, I'm being blunt.
Whatever it is, I can't in good conscience let you both enter the fight space again. I'm sorry. You're going to have to figure this out. Sorry, what did you say?
Want to fight about it?
Charlie, I don't think fighting is going to help you. And I have a responsibility here. I have to make sure that everyone is fighting for the right reason, which is for good, rough and tumble fun and to get out the bad poison from the brains. You hear me? but it's not working for you. Please. Now I have to organize the rest of the fights, okay? You will be welcome to come and fight anybody else but your father. Or me.
Why can't I
Okay.
fight you?
Because I get the feeling that you'll transfer whatever your issues are to me. Because I'm saying no to you. I'm being an authority figure to you, and I don't think that you need that right
He's
now.
not an authority figure. Useless bastard.
Please, Charlie, talk to your father. And insist, okay? You got this, alright, buddy? I tap him on the shoulder and then make a point of just looking at some papers in front of him, hoping he'll go away.
He stands there sullen for a moment or two. I'll talk to him, but if it doesn't work, I'm punching him.
Well, good luck with that, Charlie. I'm sure the fourth night in a row will work, but you can't do it here.
Charlie fucks off. Poor Charlie. When you find out the horrors about his father, you're going to feel so bad about that. But that's a story for another day.
For the record, I was just thinking that his father may have cheated on his mother or something. Like,
Or something.
that was about the level I was thinking about here.
You do know who's your GM, don't you?
Yeah, I know. You'll make it so much worse.
No, I'm all unicorns and rainbows and shit.
Sunshine,
Mhm.
lollipops, and rainbows.
Goes everywhere, that's where I like.
Exactly. It's exactly how I do things. Paul, you and Keen and Tom are in the forest. You've been going about an hour's walk in. Tom and Keen both putting out wood. They're putting markers for the way back for the larger bits because they want to go in and see what they can find. And then they'll have these ribbons tied to places so that they can find ones that they've thought are potential to bring back.
Mhm.
Johnny 5 is fairly quiet. Times not really. Every so often you'll get a ping that about something nearby. Maybe like if there's a bear nearby or something. Tom
Okay.
is running off into the distance. Keen is looking around. And you hear a scream from up front.
Paul runs to the front, and Johnny 5, can you locate where that where that shot came from?
Of course, started Echo. And you see the green what you got? So the green hued checkmarked map show up. You can see the forest. You can see Keen beside you, and about 200 meters further ahead, you see what looks like Tom crouched down.
I run up to Tom and sort of crouch down beside him and say, Tom's the son, isn't it?
Yep.
Everything okay? You okay?
He's sobbing and he just points above.
What is there?
You see two kind of young people. You might have seen them before. They're hanging by their feet, arms out, with some kind of sigil drawn blood on their chests. Not drawn in blood, so carved into their chests. The blood's no longer dripping.
Okay, that's never good. Paul pulls out his guns. It's like, right, Tom. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. After everything that's happened this past week, I think we can handle this. We're going to walk backwards. Right? Find your dad, and then we're going to follow those ribbons. You're very smart. Remember, you were very smart putting those ribbons out to find our way home. Okay? Do you think we can do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
What happened to them?
I don't know. And Paul sends a message to Johnny Five. Johnny Five, can you take a photo image
Still image has been
Yeah.
sent.
of the obviously of the bodies? Just not me talking to this child up close, because that will end up on a forum somewhere.
Of course. Started echo. Child
Okay.
pictures to forum uploaded.
Child pictures to Hunter. No. And words. Can you detect Ken?
Keen.
Keen, even. Yeah.
Keen is. Oh no.
What do you mean? Oh no.
Move fast.
Okay, Tom. We're going to run, and we're going to get up. We're going to walk really fast, and we're going to see how quickly we can get back to town. Okay?
You hear the howling, like very high pitched howling from somewhere, and you feel your muscles start to push you towards the town. The boy grabs hold of your hand.
Right. Come on. We're going. We're going. Keep looking at me. We're going to make it
Started
back.
echo,
Okay?
cover the boy's eyes now.
Put my eyes over.
You see Keen, his body just been hauled up to the tree. Blood carved, the sigil carved into his chest, the things in tatters. Face is dead. You didn't hear any scream from him or anything.
Take still image and show me the quickest way. Show us the quickest way to get back, Johnny.
A route is plotted, and it seems kind of to you circuitous. It's not a straight line. I am detecting something. Cannot diagnose. Detecting.
I just grab the boy and we just keep heading in the direction that we hope is home, looking for the ribbons and whatnot, the markers that they put, try and find direction.
You're running full pelt. Frida, it's now so late afternoon. It's getting dark. You head back towards the bar. And you see Charlie. Charlie's behind the bar. No one else is around. And Charlie seems to be hammered, the hands hammered into the tree, as if crucified. A sigil carved into his chest.
Jesus, holy fuck! What the fuck?
You see
I tried
Charlie's dad sitting beside him, sobbing.
What? What happened?
My boy, my boy.
That doesn't film any of the information.
He's
Like,
just crying. The tears are the sobs are racking at him.
I'd like to check and see if Charlie is still alive.
Yep, he is not. There is no blood pouring out though. So the wound's carved, but it looks like it's the blood is gone.
Alright, I grab the dad and I push him against a tree. Alright, listen, you.
My boy,
What
my
happened?
boy. I don't know. I found him like this.
You didn't see anything.
I didn't see anything. He wanted to meet me here. He said we weren't allowed to fight. I just. I had. He did. Why didn't they take me? Why didn't? Why is he here? What did you do this? And he pushes at you. Did you do this? You told him he couldn't do this anymore, and then you did this.
Why the fuck would I tell him that he couldn't fight and then
Because he didn't want to stop. He knew he didn't want to stop. I had to let him. It was the only thing that would make him feel better.
Okay, that is incredibly not true. And also, clearly, I didn't do this,
You
and
don't
I'm
know
pretty
what
sure
was
you
wrong
did.
with him.
I told him to talk to you. Instead of punching you, every night. I thought maybe you could have a conversation and work something out.
You didn't know us. You, my son's dead. And he falls to the ground, just sobbing.
Well, this is not going to fucking stand. This is not going to fucking stand at all. And she raises off the ground and uses a little bit of that thaumaturgy or some kind of equivalent from her spellbook and just yells out, "Everyone get here now!"
Selena, you've made some food. You are heading to the tent where they are staying. As you get there, the usual group are standing outside making things aren't there. You open up the tent flap, and the place is empty. There's no one. You're muted.
So just immediately kind of looking around, like, okay, this is bad, and sort of slowly approaching the table and puts the bowls on it, and then, can I cast Detect Life?
Yes.
Find where they are. So is that a roll, or because that's
sure.
because that's in that's part of my scripture.
You can give me a wisdom roll. It is, I mean, you'll find out anyway, but you might get more information if.
Okay, one wisdom roll.
I don't know if you roll your d12 as well, do you?
I mean, I'm up for it, but I've got two successes. Got 2 successes already.
So,
two successes and a fail. Yeah.
There is no life here, not just the tent, but the surrounding tents as well.
Mm.
The closest life you can feel is maybe about 30 meters out. And when I say no life, there's no grass, there's no anything.
Yeah. Okay, well, so I will. So if I've made the food, did I just get so involved in making the food that I didn't notice that there was nobody else around, or have I
quite far away from you? No, they weren't like right beside you. The tent. You had to walk together, and you walk by people. You know, you walk by kids having fun, other people at fires and stuff. You know, there's a massive amount of people. You weren't too far from them, but you weren't too close either.
Okay, so I think I'm going to see if I can talk to Jado. Or Jado.
Zoda, is it not?
Zoda, yes. Yeah. Shoda. Yeah, of course.
There's no. It's as if you're in like a
dead zone.
Yes.
No signal.
No signal at all. Not even one.
Yeah. More. Okay. Not quite sure what else to do. She gets her hammer out and sort of shouts, "Hello!"
You hear a high-pitched howling, but it's as if it's from far away.
Okay. And is it from the same direction where I kind of felt that life earlier?
No, you can't tell the direction at all, but it's something you hear it. It's maybe not even hear it. Maybe it's like it's at the back of your head.
Okay.
Emma, the building has went up incredibly fast. Everyone's starting to head off. The vendor's probably inside.
Yeah, I think she's, you know, after doing good day's work, she'll head off to try to find Frida. Really, get some of that mead. So, you know, as help.
Make your way back and you hear Tyrant say, "Oh, you're going to hate this."
She rolls her eyes. It's like, hasn't heard probably too much of Tyrant these last days, but now that he's back, she already, immediately regrets
I'm
everything.
sorry, Emma.
You're sorry? You were sorry?
You hear
Are
this
you serious?
howling, very high pitched, coming from somewhere around you. And
Okay,
you
what's
look
going
up,
on?
You see dead people. Bodies lying, well, something carved into their chests. 2 people, 3 people, 4 people. A path going in front of you.
Did it just suddenly appear?
No, you weren't paying
Okay.
attention. You were so concentrating on Tyrant for a moment.
I think she's, taking out Tyrant from her belt, sort of, and slowly approaching whatever's going on, following the path, maybe looking a little bit at the bodies. Are they like long gone? Are they?
Well, they're not bleeding, but the bodies look fresh. This is seemed to be very quickly. I mean, you were looking ahead, so when you came out, it's not as if you were looking down at your feet the whole time, and you didn't see anyone at all. And now there's a few dead bodies there.
She's gonna slowly approach forward and then call out, "Selena, Paul."
Selena, you
Am I
hear
hearing?
Yeah, you're not too far away. I mean, it's not close
Okay.
because she's actually shouting out. It's not.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to head in that direction and shout, Emma, I'm here! What the hell's happened?
People are looking at you funny. Quiet! There's kids trying to sleep.
Something's going on. Come over here.
Yep, so she's heading. I imagine we're both heading towards each other, both of us with our weapons drawn. And
Yeah, pretty much.
under other circumstances, this would mean some shit's about to go down. But no, we're on the same side.
And the moment I see her, I'm going to point at the bodies and be like, I don't know what's going on.
Holy shit!
Tyrant's warning me that something's
Recognize
bad.
the bodies.
Right. Yeah. Oh no! No!
Soraya is a myth.
Okay, that's good. But it's there.
Oh, sorry, go on.
But they are, dressed appropriately.
Yes.
Oh,
Just with their shirts either ripped or opened, and this sigil carved into it. It's not one you know.
okay.
But Tyrant is saying, "I'm sorry, Emma. I'm sorry."
You're sorry? What is going on?
Your weapon is sorry.
Yeah, I know. It's a whole new world for me as well.
Can I fly in at this point?
Yes, you can.
So
How
I
about
fly
you?
in,
Why
and
aren't you feeling chatty?
I'm
Talking to my
feeling
hammer.
very, very angry, and I'm just yelling like, "Where the fuck is everyone? Someone killed Charlie!"
I recognise the signal.
I'm sorry about that.
You and Thomas are now running.
Sorry, did I drop out there? Could
You
people
did.
still-
I just noticed your
You
camera
did,
was gone
yeah.
for a second.
Sorry. My the VPN just kicked in weird there for a second. Yeah. Right. So just running full pelt.
Yep, running full pelt. The boys, the sobbing and screaming. You hear not only this high pitched howling, but something breaking the what do you call it?
The undergrowth and foliage.
Yes, thank you very much. And the whole time, Johnny Five is telling you left, right, jump now.
Okay, doing exactly what the computer tells me to do.
Yeah, this is it's almost in control of your muscles. You're moving so quickly, so things. Do not let the child look back.
Tom, keep looking forward. Keep looking forward.
My daddy,
Keep-
where's my daddy?
Don't worry. We'll just keep looking forward. Just keep doing this.
He's with you. And you hear at the back, so just almost at your ear. You can have this one for now. And then we'll leave it there for tonight.
Oh,
If you don't.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
You can't just murder people and then be like, come back in 2 weeks.
I don't
and,
want to
like,
get too far away from Chris. He's got a part to play in this as well.
Nice. Well, I do love
okay,
cliffhangers.
that's a good reason, but still, murders. Ugh.
I think
It's
there's too many
just-
murders. I didn't actually intend for there to be that many murders, and it kind of got away with me.
that's pretty much everything that happened was Taggart.
Huh? Yeah, that's true.
Mm.
He must be Scottish, thing.
I was actually in a place where they're filming an episode of Taggart one time. I'll tell you about it. Yeah.
It's one of those. It's a rite of passage. Anyway, yeah. So we will be back in 2 weeks for this. I don't think we're playing Call of Cthulhu next week because someone's mother has a birthday. Pff, fuck's sake. Yeah. So we'll say goodbye. Tell us what you thought of the evening, please, and yeah, and we'll start again.
Well, I like how there's different threads for each of the different characters to obviously to keep us involved in whatever the hell's going on with this sigil burnt into all of these dead people. Loving that, very good. No doubt, Emma and Selena will be kicking ass again before too long, and I will pass us on to Thea.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun as usual. Always have fun with this game and these lovely people. Very interesting to see what's going to happen next. But we need Chris there for that. We need a dictator to help us or hinder us. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen. Lovely scene with Frida earlier with the fight club. That's not a fight club.
Yeah.
Very fun.
Similar to, but
Fight
legally
Club is
distinct
love.
from.
Yes.
Yeah, don't name NPCs for me. If you name NPCs for me, you know they're not going to survive. If I name them, there might be a chance.
I'll over to Patrick.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. Dealing with Paul's grief, and it's sort of like it's not even that. It's the fact that Paul's need to survive and protect the kid has went right grief to one side, and I just know at some point it's like we got to. Well, he's like, well, that happened. Oh, now I got more shit to deal with. Fuck.
Just to say, you're doing really nicely with that dealing with grief thing.
Yes.
The kind of way you've approached it earlier on. That was some really nice playing. Loved it.
You're always good at that. Yeah, Patrick.
It's almost as though I have issues.
None of us have issues.
It is bad
No.
whenever your therapist actually gets teary at the stuff you're telling them. It's like,
Oh
what?
yeah,
Yeah.
It's always good.
that's great fun, isn't it?
We are clearly paragons of good mental health.
Yeah, exactly. And medical substance abuse. But, oh well.
I'm looking forward to 2 weeks' time when we get to find out who strayed off the path and got mauled is now coming for us. And I pass it over to Michelle.
Well, I guess I really liked how, Paul being all sad was played very subtly. And I tried to, hit that with a hammer, and it did nothing, which is exactly how it would have played out. I'm hoping next time. I'm guessing that there's not going to be much chance for the Punch Club, the Loving Punch Club. That's what it should be called.
Nailed it.
Loving Punch Club sounds like
play
a
out,
bad.
seeing
Love
as it's
fists
now.
and rockets.
Yes. Now
That
it's the
sounds like a
beginning of
Netflix series.
Love, Death, and Robots.
Look, they will produce 2 seasons of anything. Netflix. They
Mhm.
will.
But only 2.
Yeah, that's it. Like, you could pitch any show, and they will probably make it for 2 seasons.
You want a third season? Go fuck yourself.
No, yeah. Actually, what they like, though, I actually think HBO Max are now trying to do that.
Yes. And just make the things and then never show anyone.
Yeah.
Fuckers. But anyway, we're going to say goodbye now.
Bring back. Our flag means death, you bastards.
Yep.
Renew as a crew.
Anyway, so thank you very much if you're watching. Like, subscribe, follow, blah, 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 blah. Leave a fucking comment because it always makes you smile, even if you're a dick. Okay? So we will see you in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Toodle pip.
Bye.
Bye.